It's finally happening. That unmistakable energy, that tightness in the chest, that surge of anticipation that sweeps through both cities once a year. Yes, it officially feels like Bears vs. Packers rivalry week. Nothing in football compares to the raw emotion behind this matchup, and this year the flames are burning even hotter. And the spark? A sudden, heated clapback from Green Bay's fierce pass rusher, Micah Parsons, who has decided it's time to fire shots straight at the Chicago Bears after their recent confidence-filled comments. It started quietly, with Bears players simply embracing the rivalry. But then Parsons stepped in, and the whole temperature changed. Earlier this week, Chicago players expressed exactly how they felt. Jalen Johnson said he was ready. Cole Kmet talked about the meaning of this historic matchup. And Ben Johnson made it clear, again, that he has zero love for Green Bay and intends to beat them as often as possible. Nothing shocking, just honest Chicago football mentality. But then, the Packers' star newcomer couldn't stay silent. Micah Parsons, the explosive defender Green Bay traded for earlier this season, gave reporters a very blunt message: he doesn't like the Bears. And even more, he's not trying to make it personal. For him, it's about respect. His direct quote? "You know how to earn someone's respect? Beat the hell out of them." That's not just trash talk. That's a declaration of war. And honestly, Chicago fans should love this. This rivalry is supposed to feel heated. It's supposed to feel uncomfortable. For years, one side dominated the other. But now, the power has shifted, dramatically. The Bears sit atop the NFC, lead their division, and walk into Lambeau with the swagger of a team that belongs among the elite. Ben Johnson, 5-1 historically in Lambeau as an offensive coordinator. Caleb Williams, already undefeated at Lambeau Field in his early NFL career. And Chicago? Confident, battle-tested, and hungry. Parsons knows this. He knows the Bears are coming in with a chance to silence Green Bay for the second straight year on their own field. He knows Chicago's offense is rolling, the defense is forcing turnovers like crazy, and the pressure is mounting on Green Bay's locker room. That fear? That tension? It shows in Parsons' voice. Let's be real, Parsons is a monster. One of the most disruptive defenders in football. Standing at 6 feet 3 inches, 250 pounds, he is a terrifying combination of strength, speed, and relentless motor. This season alone, he has 38 total tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 12.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Those numbers tell the truth. He's worth every bit of the trade Green Bay made. And he is the exact type of player you must game plan around on every snap. Chicago knows it too. This week, it's going to take tight ends helping, extra blockers chipping, and a commitment to running away from wherever Parsons lines up. Because stopping him isn't optional, it's the difference between winning and losing. But Chicago's offensive line isn't intimidated. They've allowed only 3 sacks among starters and just 3 quarterback hits in 12 games. Their interior protection is elite. Their edges hold up under pressure. And their quarterback? Caleb Williams is a magician, capable of escaping chaos and turning broken plays into golden moments. So yes, Parsons brings intensity. Yes, he brings fire. But Chicago brings belief. Chicago brings confidence. Chicago brings momentum. And Chicago brings a chance to embarrass Green Bay on national television, again. This is rivalry week. This is personal. This is football the way it's supposed to be. And we're just getting started. Before diving further into the matchup, let's turn to one of the most incredible stories in the league, Nahshon Wright, the player Chicago absolutely must re-sign as soon as possible. Wright's journey is remarkable. A year ago, he was a practice squad player in Minnesota. He wasn't expected to make Chicago's final roster. He wasn't on anyone's radar. But today, he is one of the most productive defensive backs in the entire NFL. And now, he has the hardware to prove it. Wright just earned NFC Defensive Player of the Month for November, an award few expected him to even be a contender for. But he earned it the hard way, through grit, discipline, and performance. In November alone, Wright delivered 3 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries, multiple game-changing plays, a breakthrough moment in national recognition. This is more than a great month. It's the arrival of a star Chicago didn't see coming. Wright's path started as a third-round pick, 99th overall, for the Dallas Cowboys back in 2021. At Oregon State, he was known for his size, instincts, and toughness. Dallas believed in his potential, but he never found consistency there. Eventually, he was waived. That moment could have ended his career. But then Minnesota picked him up for their practice squad, where he spent a year battling against elite receivers like Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Those reps changed him. They hardened him. They sharpened his instincts. Jefferson even said publicly that he pushed practice squad DBs intentionally to make them better. Wright took that lesson with him and brought it to Chicago. And oh boy, Chicago is benefiting. This season he has 54 total tackles, 38 solo tackles, 5 interceptions, 10 pass deflections, second in the NFL, 3 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble, 3 fumble recoveries, 8 total takeaways. Most in the NFL. That's not luck. That's dominance. Players, coaches, even opposing offenses have taken notice. Chicago's defensive staff praised him repeatedly, saying he is huge for the scheme and that his ability to create turnovers changes games instantly. This is why re-signing him is not optional. It's urgent. Players with this mindset, this work ethic, this growth curve, they don't come around every day. Chicago found a diamond. Now they must keep him. Before we jump into Chicago's updated injury report, let me take 10 seconds to talk directly to you, the audience. If you want daily Chicago Bears updates, breaking news, injury reports, trade analysis, and emotional, high-energy coverage of every game, hit the subscribe button right now. One click supports the channel, grows our community, and helps push more Bears content directly to fans who live and breathe Chicago football. Alright, back to the show. Now let's shift to the Bears' latest injury report heading into the Green Bay matchup. The season has been outstanding so far, but injuries will always play a role, and Chicago has a few important names to monitor. Players who did not practice: Ruben Hippoly, shoulder; Rome Odunze, foot; missed back-to-back sessions; Tyrique Stevenson, hip. This is the part that makes fans nervous. Odunze has dealt with this foot issue before and usually ends up playing, but the concern remains. Stevenson's hip has lingered for weeks, and Hippoly's shoulder issues continue to slow his availability. Veteran rest and limited participation: Joe Thuney, veteran rest; TJ Edwards, limited; Kyle Monangai, limited. The good news? Edwards and Monangai are trending in the right direction. Both are essential to Chicago's defensive physicality and run support, especially against Green Bay's ground attack. Full participants: Andrew Billings, Jalen Johnson, Dominique Robinson, Noah Sewell. This is big, especially for the linebacker room. Chicago has needed Sewell's energy, Billings' interior strength, and Johnson's shutdown ability. Getting all three fully involved against Green Bay's offense is crucial. Now let's address the big question: should Chicago sit Rome Odunze? Honestly, yes. Letting Odunze rest opens the door for Luther Burden, who has been vocal about being overlooked during the draft process. Burden's explosiveness is too valuable to keep hidden, and Green Bay's secondary has struggled all season with dynamic after-catch receivers. This might be the perfect week to unleash him. On top of that, Chicago's depth is strong. They can afford to be cautious without losing their competitive edge. Final thoughts before kickoff: this game is massive, not just for standings, but for pride. For identity. For the rivalry. Chicago enters with the stronger record, the momentum, the healthier roster, the rising stars: Wright, Odunze, Monangai, the elite coaching staff, the quarterback who thrives under pressure. Green Bay enters with urgency, frustration, and one loud voice trying to fire up their locker room: Micah Parsons. But Chicago? Chicago enters with belief. This team has walked into Lambeau before and left with a victory. They can do it again. They know it, Green Bay knows it, and most importantly, Micah Parsons knows it. This is the rivalry at its finest. This is why football matters. This is why fans live for these moments. So buckle in. Sunday is coming. And Chicago is ready. Bear down.